Dear soul, there are moments when life seems to slow down, not because everything is calm, but because some presence is watching us, enveloping us, and even touching us without us seeing it with our eyes. Today, that presence is around you. It's someone you love deeply, someone who left some time ago, but never completely left you. A familiar spirit is trying to reach you, and what you will feel today may transform the way you understand the signs of life. Perhaps you've already noticed that the air has felt different for a few seconds. A shiver, a memory that surfaces from nowhere, a tear that escapes without explanation. It could have been yesterday, it might be now, or it will be soon. But something will come, and it won't be a coincidence. There's a call coming from the invisible world, and it has the right address, your heart. It was a morning like any other when Sandra, a 57-year-old woman, woke up feeling a weight on her chest. It wasn't physical pain, it was longing. She sat on the edge of the bed, looked at the photo of her mother, who had passed away 5 years ago, and whispered, "If you're still around, give me a sign. I need to hear your voice, feel your affection." That same day, the radio in her car turned off, turned on by itself. And the song that played? It was her mother's favorite song, the one she used to sing to Sandra when she was afraid to sleep. These signs are not random. They carry an ancestral care, a living memory that the connection between souls is not broken by the absence of the body. Angels reveal that there is a bond between you and this spirit, a bond that remains active and vibrant, even if you don't know how to name what you feel. Have you noticed that certain objects fall without apparent reason, or that subtle sounds arise in the house when everything is silent? Maybe you've seen butterflies approaching insistently, or white feathers on your path. None of this is a coincidence. Angels show that this soul, so connected to you, has sought gentle ways to reach you. They don't want to scare you, only to remind you that you were never alone. Before continuing the message, write this mantra in the comments. I am light, and I receive with love the presences that want to heal me. Now continuing the message, this person, this spirit, is not visiting you out of nostalgia alone. They want to deliver a message, something that you may have needed to hear for a long time, something you've been carrying in silence. Angels show that there is an emotional weight that you still haven't let go. It could be guilt, doubt, or the fear of having left important words unsaid. And this loving presence comes today to alleviate that, to let you know that you have been forgiven, that you are loved, that everything you lived was enough. Today, you may have a very specific memory, a perfume that fills the air without explanation, a name that comes up in a random conversation, a dream so vivid it seems real, and it will be. Because this soul is trying to touch you gently, without invading, just making themselves noticed. Lucia, a follower of our channel, shared that, days after the anniversary of her grandfather's passing, she kept seeing the number 444 repeatedly. On one of those days, she looked out the window and saw a hummingbird hovering on the balcony, something that had never happened before. She felt a strong emotion, as if she were being hugged from the inside out. And at that moment, she heard, clearly in her mind, "I have always been with you." She cried, but it was a good cry. It was as if part of her that was stuck in pain could finally breathe. That's the kind of liberation you will feel today. Angels are working to make this spiritual reunion happen in a delicate but impactful way, because you need it, because your heart longs for it, and because this beloved soul feels that it's the right time to bring you the peace that you may think you will never find again. There's something very important you need to know. This spiritual contact, this presence that's approaching, it's not just about the past. It's about now. It's about guiding you, alerting you, reminding you that you're not alone, that there are choices you need to make and you're not making them by yourself. This soul is also coming to strengthen you, to breathe courage into you. Do you feel like you're being emotionally tested, as if you're carrying the world on your back and no one notices? Then breathe now and feel this truth. You're no longer holding this alone. This presence that loves you is near, and today you will feel it. Angels show an intense energy of reconnection. You might have a very clear dream during the night, or you might feel a wave of warmth run through your chest when looking at an old photograph. This won't be a product of your imagination. It will be proof that this soul is with you. And even if you think you don't deserve this contact, or that you've drifted too far from faith, this soul hasn't given up on you, and neither have the angels. Spiritual love has no measure, no expiration date. It doesn't depend on what you did or didn't do. It simply is. And today, you will remember this in a way that you might not be able to explain with words, but your heart will recognize. Are you ready for this reunion? The angels say yes. That's why this message has reached you now. You're not reading this by chance. This is the answer you ask for in silence. From this point on, something very beautiful begins to move in your energy. But that's not all. Something even deeper is happening. Do you want to know what this soul wants to tell you? Dear soul, now that you've opened the door of your heart to this presence, the angels show me something very intimate, almost secret, but that needs to be shared with you with affection and truth. This soul, this familiar spirit that's trying to reach you, doesn't just come to say, I'm here. It comes because you're in a moment of life that requires more than strength. It requires support. And that's why this contact is becoming inevitable. You will feel it today. And when you feel it, you will know. Maybe you're going through something you can't put into words. It could be the feeling of tiredness, even without physical effort. It could be an emptiness that not even the closest people can fill, and it could also be the silent loneliness of those who seem to be surrounded but still feel invisible. The angels know. This soul knows, and that's why it's so close to you. But before continuing this message, write in the comments. 8. I allow spiritual love to find me and heal me. This number represents renewal, the end of a cycle and the beginning. It's a way of calling with faith and intention. Now, continuing the message, have you ever wondered why certain objects carry an energy that can't be explained? An old ring, a blouse kept, a letter written years ago. These items at times are portals to dormant feelings. A familiar spirit uses what you know, what you've already touched, to approach delicately. Maybe you will find today, without wanting to, an object that you thought was lost. Or maybe you will hear an old song that brings back memories that are too vivid to be just a coincidence. And when this happens, let the tears fall if they come. Because this will be an invisible hug, a silent visit, but full of love. The angels show me a woman who, while organizing her closet, found an old handkerchief with the scent of her father. It had been over 12 years since he had left, and that smell, so present, made her sit on the floor and cry like a child. It wasn't sadness, it was longing. But it wasn't just longing, it was presence. It was as if the father was there saying, "My daughter, I never really left." This kind of experience is more common than you might think, but few people have the courage to believe it. Out of fear of seeming crazy, out of fear of getting hurt, but the angels insist. When there is true love, the soul finds ways to make itself felt. And you are being felt by this presence right now. She's been with you for weeks, watching silently your sleepless nights, the way you look into nothingness with eyes full of thought, your desire to feel something real again. This soul knows you and wants to remind you of the beautiful woman you are, even though time and pain have tried to make you forget. Dear, this spiritual visit is more than a nostalgic knock. It's a call for healing. Often we carry the guilt for not having done more, not having said everything, not having been present when we most wanted to. And this guilt can bind us in a dragging pain. But this soul, this spirit that is reaching you today, comes precisely to free you from this invisible prison. She wants to tell you, you did the best you could. I saw everything, I felt everything, and I received your love, even in the moments when you thought it wasn't enough. Yes, you were enough, but that's not all. There is something even deeper happening now. The angels ask me to tell you that in addition to the forgiveness that this soul wants to give you, there is also a blessing that she wants to place upon your life. Something that could only come now, at this exact moment of spiritual openness. You who have been so closed lately, perhaps for defense, perhaps for survival instinct, are now allowing the energy of love to enter again. And that changes everything. This spirit wants to guide you, not just console you. He has observed your doubts about the future, your pending decisions, and comes to help you find the direction you have been seeking for so long. It may be an important choice you need to make. Changing homes, starting or ending a relationship, making a professional or family decision. This spiritual presence wants to give you courage. You just need to pay attention to the sign. And it will come, perhaps through a strong feeling in your heart, a sudden warmth, a soft voice that seems like yours but says something you wouldn't think of on your own, or through someone who says exactly what you needed to hear without knowing. When this happens, remember, this soul is reaching you. And if this message touched your heart, allow me to say something with great affection. Your support is what makes messages like this reach more people. If you feel it in your heart, click the Worth It button below. With this gesture, you help keep this chain of light alive. And more than that, you plant blessings where someone may need to be touched very much. And if this message resonated with you, share your experience in the comments. Let's create a space of truth where stories meet and hearts recognize each other. Dear, there is still much to be revealed. What this soul wants to give you has not been fully said yet. In the next blocks, I will tell you what she saw in you, what she still wants to live through your presence, and why now, more than ever, she needs you to listen. But first, breathe, feel, and allow this reunion to continue touching you inside. Because the most beautiful is yet to come. Dear soul, you have come this far because there is an invisible force pulling you towards something greater, something that goes beyond logic, but that touches your heart deeply. This familiar soul that is seeking you, with so much zeal, with so much delicacy, wants you to know the real reason for this spiritual approach. It's not just about nostalgia, it's because you carry something precious, something that, even without realizing it, continues to live within you, her essence. This presence you've been feeling, whether it's in the nights when you suddenly wake up with her name on your mind or in dreams that seem more real than day, is not happening by chance. The angels reveal that you were chosen by this soul to continue something that was left unfinished. No, it's not a debt, it's a love mission. Before continuing the message, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take advantage and subscribe. This helps us continue creating meaningful content for you. Continuing the message. When this soul observes you from the other side, and yes, she observes, she doesn't just see what you've become, but everything you've overcome. She saw you trying to be strong, even when no one gave you support. She saw you holding back tears so as not to worry others. She saw you smiling, even when your chest was crying out for relief. This soul, who may have been a mother, father, brother, daughter, or a great love from your past or present life, did not come to charge you. She came to recognize you. She came to say that even if you think you're alone, someone is holding hands with you in silence. And this revelation is not small. You remember when you were a child and felt that someone was protecting you even in the dark. That feeling that even alone in the room, there was something there that brought calm. It was her. You just forgot over time, with the rush, with the traumas. But this energy continued by your side. Always. Today, the angels show that this soul is closer because you are going through a decisive moment. A cycle is coming to an end. Something inside you is saying that it's time to make firmer choices, and this spiritual presence wants to give you courage because she believes in what you are capable of achieving. Maria das Dores, a woman who has been with us for years, recently wrote telling us that for a long time she felt guilty for not having been able to be with her father in his last days of life. For years, this guilt consumed her. Until one day, she dreamed of him sitting at the kitchen table, laughing as he did when he was healthy. He looked into her eyes and said, "You were always with me, even when you thought you weren't." She woke up in tears, but not of pain, and yes, of relief. It was as if all the weight had been lifted from her shoulders, and it was. Dear, this soul that is seeking you today wants to offer you exactly that, relief. She wants you to free yourself from the idea that you have to carry everything alone. She wants you to know that there is someone on the other side praying for you, rooting for you, and more than that, acting for you in dimensions that your eyes don't see, but that your heart feels. Sometimes her presence manifests itself as a sweet smell in the air, or a comfortable silence that fills the environment, or an emotion that arises without explanation in front of something simple, like seeing a bird land on the window. And if you allow it, today she will approach you with lightness, with tenderness, but there is something even more delicate that needs to be said. The angels show that this soul is proud of you. Yes, proud, even if you think you've failed, even if you think you've disappointed. She sees how much you try every day, even with invisible pains. She knows the silent battles you face, and she has a message. You are much stronger than you believe, and that's exactly why I'm here now. It's moving to know that someone who left continues to love us in this way, isn't it? It's comforting to realize that true love transcends time, distance, and even death, because the truth is this: when there is a soul bond, not even eternity separates. It only transforms. And speaking of transformation, the angels revealed something more. The angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 7. Write in the comments, "I receive the energy of angels. My lucky number is 7, and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I like and love so much." If this message touched your heart, show your support with a "thank you so much," and help spread this message of light to other people who need it. Maybe you still feel a knot in your throat, maybe a soft warmth in your chest. That's a sign that the spiritual presence is already acting on you. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to cry if necessary, because there is something opening up inside you now, a forgotten part of the soul, a healing channel, reconnection with everything you are and with everything you can still become. And this beloved soul wants to accompany this transformation closely. Dear, we are only halfway there. What I'm going to tell you in the next block is what this soul saw in the future of your life, and how she wants to help you get there. Get ready, because what comes next may change everything. Dear soul, we have reached a very delicate but deeply necessary point. Now that this spiritual presence has already touched your emotional field, and you have begun to feel this connection, in details that before seemed invisible, the angels show me the next step in this approach: forgiveness. And perhaps at this moment you feel your heart tighten a little, because it's not always easy to talk about it. But trust, there's something beautiful waiting for you on the other side of this crossing. This soul that is trying to reach you carries something that needs to be healed, and this healing does not happen without your participation. Yes, love is strong, eternal and present, but sometimes it comes with unresolved pains, words that got stuck, hurts that were swept under the rug of memory. And that's why today, more than ever, this presence wants you to release what still binds. You too in the past. It's possible that you have felt guilt, or anger, or even shame. All of this is understandable, and the soul that is close to you today understands. She doesn't come to charge you anything. On the contrary, she comes to ask you to forgive yourself, to understand that there was no way to know everything, do everything, solve everything. You were human, and that's enough. But she also comes to ask for something more. She wants you to release whoever, in some way, hurt you. Because even if this pain has shaped you in some aspects, it no longer defines who you are. This soul that visits you carries with her a precious lesson, that forgiveness is a gift you offer to yourself. Forgiving is not forgetting, nor justifying. It's just releasing the rope that ties you to a suffering that has already passed, but continues to occupy space within you. And so now, with affection and respect, I invite you to a small act of healing. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, that you would like to forgive. Visualize each one for a moment. Send love and say, I forgive you, and release you. May peace be with you. Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. You may be wondering, but does this soul really need me to do this? And the angel's answer is clear, yes. Not because she depends on it to continue in peace, but because you depend on it to continue growing, evolving, and living with a lighter heart. Let me tell you something that may touch you deeply. Once, a woman named Helena wrote to me saying that she had lost her brother suddenly after years of a conflicted relationship. They hardly spoke in the last times. After he left, she carried for years a mixture of pain and resentment for everything that was left unresolved. Until in a dream, he appeared. He was sitting on a bench with a calm face. He only said, "Life goes on, but you need to let go of the weight. I already let go, only you are missing." Helena woke up crying, but with her chest freer than ever. Here's what's being offered to you right now: liberation. The soul that's connecting with you wishes for you to move forward in peace, for your life to be lighter, smoother, truer. She doesn't want to see you torturing yourself over what can't be changed. She knows you inside out, and she knows your heart is pure, even when life pushed you into reactions that don't make you proud. And that's enough for her. Do you know that feeling of, I could have done differently? That voice saying, if I had known before? This soul comes to tell you there's no need to repeat these phrases in silence anymore. What's done has served its purpose. Now, it's time for healing. And if you accept this call, you'll notice a very subtle, yet very powerful change: relief. You'll look at yourself in the mirror and see a different sparkle in your eyes. You'll feel like reorganizing things at home, taking out what no longer serves you, both outside and within you, because when forgiveness enters, it cleans house. And what remains is only what truly matters: love, good nostalgia, and learning. Dear one, the angels show me that in the coming days you may receive a very clear sign. Maybe someone you haven't seen in years will send you a message. Maybe you'll find an old letter. Maybe you'll just feel, out of nowhere, a strong wave of tears. All of this is part of this liberation movement. Allow yourself to be touched by it. You don't have to be strong all the time. Today, you just need to be honest with your heart. And the soul that loves you, even from the other side, is holding your hand through this process. She doesn't want to see you carrying weights that are no longer yours. She wants to see you light, fluid, alive. In the next sections, I'll tell you what this soul saw in your future. She saw you truly smiling. She saw you falling in love with life again. She saw you being who you really are, without masks, without guilt, without fear. And all of this begins here, with forgiveness. Now, take a deep breath. Because what comes next is the most beautiful promise this soul wants to give you. Dear soul, you're reaching a very special point in this message. Up until now, the contact has been established gently and respectfully. But now, the angels show me that it's time for this soul to reveal something to you that can change the way you see your own existence. The exact reason why she's so close, so present, right now. She didn't come just to console you. She came because you still have something very important to accomplish in this world. This soul wants you to remember who you are, not the tired woman of today who thinks she's at the end of her strength, but the one who deep down carries a rare force that neither time nor losses nor pain could erase. And this force will still illuminate many lives. Yes, you haven't finished your mission yet. Maybe you've convinced yourself that your time has passed. Maybe you've said to yourself, it's too late to start over. No one listens to me anymore. What do I have to offer? But the angels and this familiar soul come to say, in all caps, this is not true. You still have a huge role to play, and the spiritual energy that's surrounding you at this moment is precisely to strengthen you for this. On the other side, this soul sees you with eyes that you yourself have forgotten how to use. She sees you as beautiful, capable, wise. She knows everything you've overcome. She witnessed nights of contained tears, days of forced smiles, moments when you just wanted to disappear, and still you remained. You're a survivor, and now it's time to bloom, not just for yourself, but for those who will still cross your path and find in you the right word, the right gesture, the advice that changes destinies. You may not realize it, but you're already light to many people, and you will be even more. This soul, this spirit that loves you, comes to prepare you for a new phase, a phase of reconstruction, of truth, of power. There's a very strong energy forming around you. The angels reveal that this soul is asking spirituality for permission to accompany you more closely, to protect you, to inspire you, to be your invisible guide, always present, and you will begin to notice it. Maybe you'll find that when thinking about giving up, some unknown force lifts you up, or that, in moments of decision, a powerful intuition shows you the right path. Maybe a sudden idea will even emerge, a desire to do something new that you haven't felt in years. All of this will be a sign of her presence. She is whispering, you still have so much life ahead, and what you will build now will be beautiful. There's a woman who wrote to us named Clarice. She was 62 when she decided to go back to school. She always thought it was too late, that her time had passed. But one night, she dreamed of her grandmother. In the dream, she only said, "Daughter, it's never too late to be who you were born to be." She woke up in tears. 3 months later, she enrolled in a craft course, created a virtual store, and today, at 64, she supports her own home with what her hands create with love. And do you know what phrase she sent us afterwards? I feel like my grandmother sews with me. That's the kind of strength you will begin to feel in the coming days. This soul did not come to relive the past. She came to build the future with you, even if you feel fear, even if you think you are too old or don't have the disposition or motivation. This soul is here to remind you that life does not end when pain arrives. It only changes color. And do you know what else? You are the bridge between 2 generations. You are the guardian of stories that will still heal other people. You are the woman who survived the pain and is now ready to bloom, even with the scars. The angels show me that the love of this soul for you is so deep that she has insistently asked for you to be heard, for you to receive this message in silence and understand you are still needed in this world. And that's why even today you will feel this energy pulsating, maybe in the form of an unexpected hug, a call from someone you never imagined, or a courage that arises from nowhere and pushes you forward. This is the strength of that familiar soul reaching you. And here's a request from me, with affection. If this message is touching your heart, share it with someone who also needs to remember their own strength. Because together we form an invisible chain of healing, and you are part of it. Now breathe calmly, close your eyes for a few seconds, and feel how your body is now. Maybe lighter, maybe still shaken inside, but undoubtedly accompanied. And in the next blocks, I will tell you what this soul wants to give you as a legacy, a spiritual heritage that can only be passed on now. Get ready, because what comes next will touch layers of yours that have been asleep. Dear soul, there's something that this soul accompanying you has kept for you, something that is not delivered with words, but with presence. It's a kind of invisible heritage, a subtle force that will manifest in your life as a light that turns on when everything seems dark. And now is the time for her to pass this on to you. This spiritual heritage is not made of goods or promises. It is made of wisdom, intuition, silent courage. It's the kind of thing that no one sees, but everyone feels. And you who are reading these words now are about to receive this on the deepest level of your being. The angels show me that this soul has always prepared you for this moment, even when you didn't realize it. Every challenge, every tear, every loss was part of a path that now begins to make sense. This heritage that you are about to receive is in fact the best of her within you. It's her calmness in your moments of anger. It's her faith in your days of weariness. It's her firmness when you think about giving up. It's her kindness in her simple gestures. It's her love that never faded and now lives within you. But before we continue with this important revelation, share this video with 2 loved ones who need this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer for your guardian angel. Your angel is reading every word carefully. Now, continuing the message, this soul gives you today a gift that perhaps you didn't even know you had. Perhaps you've already felt that you have an extraordinary sensitivity, as if you perceive what others don't see. Perhaps you've always captured what's behind silences, glances, gestures, or maybe you have the gift of comforting others with just a touch, a word, a look. This is part of her heritage. You are a bridge between the visible and the invisible. You carry within you the healing energy of this soul that loves you, and she wants you to know. The world needs this now. Maybe you think it's too late, that you have no training, no preparation, but the angels affirm what you carry cannot be learned from books. It's an ancestral wisdom, lovingly planted over generations. And this soul chose you to continue what she started. Dear, you may not remember, but as a child you already had this light. You already touched hearts without even realizing it. You already calmed others just by being present. This soul always knew this. And now, with maturity and awareness, it's time to blossom this gift. She wishes you to trust more in your intuition, to listen to the signs, to believe in the heart's impulses, even when everything seems confusing, because this spiritual heritage is alive, and it will begin to reveal itself in unexpected ways. You may dream of people who need help. You may feel a sudden need to pray for someone. You may find that people start seeking you out unintentionally just to talk, to vent. All of this is the gift manifesting itself. And don't worry, the angels will be with you every step of the way. This soul is interceding for you. She has become a powerful spiritual ally, opening paths and closing doors where you no longer need to insist. One of our followers, Mrs. Lourdes, 59, told us that she spent years feeling that she was no longer good for anything. She thought that after losing her husband and parents, all that was left was to wait for time to pass. Until one night, she dreamed of her mother who told her, "You are still the flame that lights the light of many people." After that, Lourdes began visiting a nursing home near her house, just to talk. Today, she is a reference of love in that place. And whenever they call her, they say, "It's the lady who brings the good energy, isn't it?" And that's what this soul wants to awaken in you. The memory that you are still a channel of healing. That without realizing it, your hug can alleviate a heart. That your smile can save someone's day. And do you know what's even more beautiful? This soul will be present in every act of yours. You will be her hands, her voice, her care in the physical world. And that's more than a mission, it's a gift. Dear, the spiritual heritage that you are receiving now can transform everything because it comes accompanied by a calling. You are ready to live with purpose. And it doesn't have to be anything grandiose in the eyes of the world. What matters is what you do with love. It's the presence you offer. It's the truth with which you listen. It's the compassion with which you look at others. This soul is guiding you to a new phase, a phase of lightness, of meaning, of re-encounter with what really matters. In the next blocks, I will tell you how this spiritual presence will begin to protect you in a practical way. You will understand why certain paths were closed, and you will discover what is being prepared for you. But before we get to that, let this message settle in your heart for a moment. Close your eyes, feel, allow yourself to believe, and if you want, whisper softly, "I accept this inheritance with love. I am ready to continue the mission." Dear soul, we have come to the point where the truth begins to reveal itself more clearly. Now that you already recognize the presence of this soul, have welcomed forgiveness, have received the spiritual inheritance that she wishes to deliver, it's time to understand how this soul has protected you and what she is silently preparing to guide you towards a new time. You may not have noticed, but in the last few months, some doors have closed without logical explanation. People have distanced themselves. Opportunities disappeared. Things that seemed certain simply dissolved. And all of this, in your eyes, may have seemed unfair, painful, or even confusing. But the angels now reveal, with clarity, those losses were disguised protections. Yes, this loving family soul is doing what she did in life, and now with even more strength, protecting you. She saw things you didn't see, felt intentions that you still hadn't had time to notice, and to spare you she intervened, made the invisible move so that the visible changed, not to punish you, but to free you, to preserve you, to lead you, to a cleaner, truer, lighter space. Do you remember that friendship that suddenly ended, or that proposal that seemed promising and fell without explanation? Well, that loss was liberation. That closed door was care. That confusion was the universe saying, "Not this way." This soul is in the framework of your life, like someone organizing a house for an important visit. And do you know who that visit is? Yourself, the fuller version of who you are, the one who is about to awaken, and the signs will start to become more evident. You may notice that when thinking about doing something impulsive, something holds you back, or that faced with a repeated mistake, a new consciousness arises. You may even catch yourself saying phrases that you don't recognize as your own, as if another voice was blowing wiser ideas into your mind. And indeed it is. This soul is there, advising, guiding, supporting. But there is something even more concrete that you need to know. This soul is preparing you for an important reunion. It may be someone from the past who will return transformed, or someone new who will arrive carrying what you have always sought: respect, lightness, affinity, care. This reunion will not only be with a person, it will be with yourself, with your brilliance, with your faith, with your joy. This soul wants to see you smiling without weight, wants to see you light as before the pain. And that's why she is organizing the pieces of your life, like a careful angel. Do you feel that something is rearranging itself, even if you don't know what? That's it. It's the spiritual world preparing the stage for your new phase. The angels reveal that in the coming days you may notice situations that will seem small but will be filled with purpose. A compliment from an unexpected someone, a simple invitation, but that opens new paths. A loose phrase that answers a question you've been carrying in silence. These are the signs that you are being guided, protected, welcomed. You may even ask yourself, but why me? Why did this soul choose me to continue all this? And the answer is simple and grand: because you have light, because you are a strong root, because you carry within you what this soul always admired, a sincere heart. And the most beautiful thing about all this is that even on days when you feel nothing, she is there. Even on mornings when you wake up without wanting to get up, she holds your hand. Even when you cry alone in the bathroom, thinking that no one notices, she hugs you with a strength that transcends time. Dear, this soul wants to remind you that the greatest miracles happen in silence. Change doesn't always come with explosions. Sometimes it arrives as a breeze, and you're already feeling that breeze, even if subtly. And perhaps what this soul wants you to know today is this: you're on the right path. Even without understanding everything, even with fear, even with doubts, trust the process, trust what's being prepared, because you're no longer walking alone. And now, I kindly and faithfully ask you, write a prayer to your guardian angel in the comments. It can be simple, it can be heartfelt, but make sure to register this bond. Your angel is listening to us, and so is this soul. Here's an example in case you want to be inspired. Guardian angel, take care of my steps and my thoughts. Illuminate my choices and keep away from me everything that makes me doubt my worth. I am grateful for your invisible presence that sustains me in good times and bad. This prayer opens a channel, and the channel is already open for something even greater, because in the next block I'm going to tell you about the true gift that this soul is preparing for you. A gift that can transform your relationship with life, with people, and with yourself. And this time, dear, you won't refuse this love anymore. Dear soul, we've arrived at the most subtle and at the same time most grandiose moment of this connection. Throughout all the previous blocks, this soul has been approaching carefully, healing wounds, cleaning weights, offering shelter, and awakening your consciousness to something greater. But now, she wants to deliver the true spiritual gift that she prepared especially for you. This gift doesn't come in wrapping paper. It won't be delivered into your hands, but into your heart. And when you receive it, and you will receive it, you will know. Because nothing inside of you will be the same. This gift is something that changes lives. It's the reconnection with your truest essence. Yes, this soul wants you to see again who you've always been. Before the pain, before the losses, before the guilt. She wants you to remember how it was when you believed in miracles, when you had hope in people, when you dreamed with your eyes open. And more than that, she wants you to believe again in yourself. Because, dear, even after everything you've faced, you still carry within you a live, stubborn, unextinguished spark. And this spark is now being rekindled. That's the gift, your light. It was there all the time, just covered by layers of fear, silence, exhaustion. But now this soul is helping you remember. And you can feel it in small things, in the way your breathing begins to get lighter, in the way you perceive yourself stronger, even without knowing where this strength comes from, or in that moment when you, without understanding the reason, simply smile. That's your essence coming back to the surface. That's you being reborn with the help of the purest spiritual love that exists. This soul knows how much you've dimmed yourself inside in recent times. She knows how much you've tried to be strong on the outside, while everything inside was a crumbling, and she admired you for that. But now she doesn't want you to live in constant effort anymore. She wants to give you something beyond survival. She wants to give you full life. And that's why this gift comes in the form of emotional clarity. You're going to start seeing people with different eyes. You're going to stop blaming yourself for what wasn't up to you. You're going to stop caring so much about who doesn't see your worth. And above all, you're going to treat yourself with more tenderness. This gift is like a key. It opens a new door within you. And behind that door is a woman you may have forgotten, but who's still alive inside, the confident, light, intuitive, loving and firm woman. This soul sees you like that. And now she wants you to see it too. But before continuing, allow yourself to feel. Place your hand on your heart for a few seconds, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and tell yourself softly, I allow myself to be who I am again. I receive this light with love. Dear one, this transformation won't be like magic. It will be like a plant sprouting after the rain, silent, gradual, powerful. In the coming days, the angels show that you will begin to make decisions that once seemed impossible. You will say no without guilt. You will ask for help without fear of appearing weak. You will prioritize what truly matters. All of this will be a direct effect of this spiritual gift that is already in motion. But beware, with this gift comes responsibility. The light you are receiving is also a mission to inspire, to welcome, to teach. And you don't need to build a stage or have crowds listening to you. Your stage is your life. Your audience is those who cross your path. And your message is what you live with truth. This soul is saying now, you are my continuation. I trust you. And what to do with this trust, you will know. Your heart will guide you. Your intuition will whisper the steps. And when you doubt, remember she is with you in every gesture, in every choice, in every rebirth. If you felt this surrender, this openness, this lightness, know the gift was received. And do you know what's even more beautiful? This gift will multiply, because when you live your truth, you heal others just by existing. Dear, you are about to live a new time, and this soul will be in every page of this new story, writing with you, celebrating with you, protecting you with the delicacy of those who never stopped loving. In the next and penultimate block, I will tell you the last teaching that this soul wants you to take with you, something so simple and at the same time so transformative that can completely change the way you approach love, loss, and the continuation of life. Now, I just ask one thing of you. Take good care of the light you are receiving. It's yours. It was made for you, and it will guide you on the toughest days. On days when everything seems confusing, just remember, you were chosen because you are capable. Dear soul, we are reaching the end of this message, but not the end of what it provoked within you, because what was awakened here continues, lives, accompanies, and moves with you. Now that your heart has already received the spiritual gift of this very special soul, now that you already recognize the protection, the heritage, the signs, and your own light, only one thing remains, one thing that, in the eyes of the soul that visits you, is the most important of all, the continuity of love. This is the last teaching she wants to leave you. Simple like that. And at the same time, deep. Love does not die. It transforms, it spreads, it propagates through attitudes, words, choices we make. And now, dear, you are the one who continues this love. You are the living answer to the prayer she once made. You are the seed that bloomed even in the soil of pain. You are the hug she would like to give to others. You are the affection she left in the world, and that now walks in the form of you. This is the most beautiful teaching of all. The love we receive does not belong to us. It needs to be passed on. You can do this silently, with a gesture of kindness, with attentive listening, with a, "Are you okay?" said with sincerity. Because every time you truly love someone, this soul will be there. Every time you forgive, She will smile. Every time you allow yourself to be happy, even after everything, she will vibrate by your side. And the most beautiful thing? She will never leave you. You can age, change, start over 1,000 times. She will always be present in the details, in a scent, in a song, in a dream, in a silence that embraces you out of nowhere. This soul chose to accompany you because she recognized in you something rare, the ability to love even after pain. And this, dear, is a gift. It's a bridge between heaven and earth. Perhaps in the coming days, you'll feel an unexpected urge to express gratitude. Even if you're still going through tough times, even if not everything has been resolved, even if the answers haven't come yet, because now you already know you are not alone. And when gratitude begins to surface, when peace begins to touch areas that were once only anguish, you will realize this message reached you because it was the exact right moment, because you were ready, because this soul knew that you needed to hear with your heart. And now it sets you free, but not absent. It lets you loose in the world, but wrapped in care. It no longer needs to make itself present in forced signs, because now it's alive within you. This message doesn't end here. It continues in your next gesture, in your next choice, in the way you'll look at life from now on. And before closing, I ask you, if this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments. True love never gets lost. It continues through me. Share your experiences in the comments. Let's create a space of truth where souls recognize and strengthen each other. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Your support helps keep this chain of light and love alive. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. With all the love in the world, from the soul that loves you and the angels that guide you, this message is yours. To embrace, to reflect, to live. You are love, you are light, and you are ready.